The Takomo 301 muscleback. My friend just finished putting my clubs together. They're still in their wrapper. First time hitting them. Let's see how they do. It's not every day that you get to unwrap a new iron and hit it. This is a special day, guys. Some problems and challenges with buying a club like this. Takomo doesn't offer too many options with shafts. I think you only get the KBS brand, but I'm really a big fan of the Dynamic Gold. I've been playing Dynamic Gold True Temper all my life, and so I didn't want two variables going on at the same time. And this is exactly why I bought the heads only and used the current shaft that I have. So although Takomo doesn't offer many shafts and grip options, you're able to kind of mitigate that by buying the heads only. And lucky for me, I have a friend that can put these together. I don't remember the last time I hit a new club, so this is pretty crazy. A little thin. But yeah, they're pure. It feels really good. Holy. I think that hit the sweet spot, went like twice the height. We're gonna go with the 8-iron next. These look so slick, sleek, minimal. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just chunked it. Little pull. Another problem with buying the Takomo clubs is that because they're direct to consumer, they're not really available anywhere to test out, to try. And that's why I'm making this video. Although you won't be able to hit the club yourself, I'll give you my honest opinion, my feedback, just so that, you know, because I was in your shoes. I was wondering, would I be able to hit these? In order to hedge a little bit, I had the 7-iron done first because I think you can return the set if you only hit the 7-iron. I hit the 7-iron really solid, really loved it. And today is the day where I'm hitting the rest of the clubs, committed to, you know, keeping them, reshafted all of them. The shots you saw just now are the first shots with pitching wedge and 8-iron. Pitching wedge, pretty solid 8-iron. You saw me chunk one and then shank one. I was using the Cleveland TA3s before this, which is a true cavity back that's like almost 20 years old. And a big reason why I wanted to get new clubs is I wanted to know what it's like to own and hit a muscleback club. And so that's why I went with this combo set. I'm not a pro, and so I went with muscleback for the short irons and then the cavity back for the longer irons, just so that I can not impact my game too much. But yeah, I never owned musclebacks, so I want to know like how pure it is, shot shaping ability, like what is that like? Well, that's a half shank. So yeah, I'm not making a great case for these irons right now, but it is, again, for fear of losing credibility and all that, this is my first time taking it on the range, so it's your honest review here. Nice and high, 10 yards right. It's my audio, man. You're messing up my audio. Go nice and straight right at the pin. So now we're gonna move on to the 6-iron here. And now we get into the cavity backs here. I'm turning 40 next year, so my swing speed isn't getting any faster. The time to do this is now. And then maybe in the future I'll go back to my TA3s because they're solid clubs. Maybe we'll go with something else. Or not, it's just, there we go. Working it more now. That one's like 30 yards left. I'm not at a point in my game where it's like necessarily better, or I don't have to necessarily shape shots, but I'm doing it for the hobby. And so I get bored of hitting straight shots all the time. So sometimes I do want to try hitting right to left shots or left to right shots. Might do bad for my score because they're a lot less forgiving than true cavity backs. Even though this is a cavity back, it's a lot less pronounced than a true cavity back. So yeah, it might actually do worse for my game because it's less forgiving. For 500 bucks, it's a risk I'm willing to take. Worst case scenario, I bug my friend again and have him reshaft all my old heads, and then I sell this set. All right, it's cut shot, ball a little half ball forward. That was a half shank. So yeah, I mean, definitely not hitting it consistently, but also understanding these are brand new clubs. I mean, you saw me unwrap it. Started out left. I mean, it's trying to make its way back. I shouldn't be even trying to hit shots like this right now because A, it's new clubs. B, I haven't even been to range. I haven't hit a ball in God knows how long, 4 weeks. So I should be working on my normal swing with alignment tools. But I'm just so excited to be hitting these clubs. About 20 yards left. And yeah, let's move to the 4-iron, to the good old 4. And in my old set, I had clubs going all the way to 3-iron, but it wasn't available in the Takomos, and nor do I feel like I needed a 3-iron anymore. First shot ever with the Takomo 301 4-iron, cavity back. What you got for me? Little thin, started out right. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm sweating right now. I'm like, why have I spent money to get worse shots? But I also know it is my first time hitting it, so I'm not gonna sweat too much. Starting out like 50 yards right. It's like a half shank. What's going on right now? Oh boy, what have I gotten myself into? Ooh, that's a little more solid. But there we go. That one started online and it kind of cut a little bit. I mean, when I hit the sweet spot, it's pure. I mean, who are these irons for? I would say these are for people who are, in terms of handicap, I would say mid to low handicappers. My handicap right now is an 8, according unofficially to 18 Birdies Golf. But yeah, I think with the 301s at least, you should have a certain swing speed. My swing speed is about a 115 with a driver. Not that it's good or bad. I mean, if anything, I should be swinging slower to get more consistency, but it is what it is. But yeah, if you want to try blade-like irons, I would definitely give Takomo a shot. I did hit my friend's blades. I forget exactly what they were, but these are a little bit more forgiving than that, the 8-iron specifically. But yeah, I mean, if you want to get in at a lower price point, I think for something like this in TaylorMade fashion would be double, triple the price, probably double the price. And the Takomo marketing totally got to me of like, you're never going to be a pro, so why are you trying to buy clubs that pros use? And even still, if you buy, let's just say a TaylorMade 770 set of irons, do you really think that those irons are the same specs as, let's say, Colin Morikawa's or whoever uses 770s on the tour? My guess is that because their swing is a lot different than your swing, my guess is that the club you get shouldn't be or is not the same as a Tour Pro. So what I'm trying to say is, if the club is not exactly the same as a Tour Pro, why are you spending $1,000 plus on a set of irons? I mean, if you got the disposable income, that's great. I'm envious of you, but if not, then Takomos make a lot of sense. All right, let's say we're at the British Open. We got about 190 in. I'm gonna fly it about 170 and just roll it into the green. I mean, yeah, that's it right there. So is a Takomo club for you? That depends on you, obviously. What kind of buying experience are you looking for? If you're looking for something that's like ready to go out of the box, unless you use KBS shafts right now, the answer is going to be no. And so you're going to have to find a way to either adjust your swing to match KBS kick points and shafts and stuff, or you're going to have to find some way to put them on yourself via a friend or pay someone extra for the assembly of the club, which adds cost to that. And then at that point, you might as well maybe get a TaylorMade. I don't know. I don't know why I'm picking on TaylorMade. I think it's because they both start with T. If you're trying to get clubs for lower scores, then you want to really make sure that you're out practicing and that you're maxed out with your current gear. I haven't watched this video yet, but supposedly Bryson played around with kids clubs and tore it up. So obviously you'll want to make sure you're out practicing before you get a set of clubs to lower your scores. Maybe you're getting clubs to just be socialize as a connection point. Honestly, for me, that's a big thing. I chose Takomo because I love a good underdog story. I would love to see Takomo take off. So yeah, that underdog thing really resonated with me. I really want to be able to share my experience with Takomo clubs because there's not a lot of information out there. But yeah, if you want to try some blades or blade-like clubs at a lower price point, Takomo's the way to go. Obviously, it's gonna get a little worse before it gets better. But I mean, honestly, if you're looking to get clubs to improve your scores, my recommendation would be to go get fitted because they'll give you exactly what you need. I just happen to have just enough knowledge to know about the lie and the lofts that I need. I'm taking the flex out of the equation with using the same exact shafts. Let's do another little stinger. Oh, I pulled that one. Go back to the pitching wedge. Are these tailor-made knockoffs? It's the elephant in the room, right? That's what you guys are wondering about. Like, how does it compare to tailor-made? And unfortunately, I haven't hit tailor-made, so I'm not able to address that, but let's talk about facts. They do strike solid when you strike them solid. They are harder to hit, at least compared to my old cavity backs. Quality control. So my friend who was putting this together measured all the lofts, all the lies. He said the quality control was pretty good. The pitching wedge, he said, was spot on with the specs. I believe it was a 48 degree, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, he mentioned that all the clubs were pretty spot on. He didn't have to bend any of them. And that was not the case for all the big box, all the big brands that he said. Sometimes the big brands, you know, have a little bit more variance. Not sure what exactly that means. I don't know if the quality control is better or worse or different. Maybe I got a lucky batch. But what I do know is that usually if you're a smaller brand, smaller person, player, trying to break into the market, you're gonna wanna pay attention a little bit more. Whereas these established companies, they're just putting out clubs en masse. And so, yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but definitely the specs on mine were spot on. So I am very grateful for that. Are these knockoffs? I guess that question is pretty irrelevant. I mean, if you ask a TaylorMade fanboy, they're gonna say, yeah, just get the real thing. But the reality is not everybody has the disposable income to get the real thing for $1,000+ And so yeah, these are a formidable opponent. I love the underdog story to it. I love that the small brand can take on an established huge golf brand. And yeah, I mean, there's something to be said about innovation and stuff. Like, I don't think Takomo has an R&D department. They're merely copying what TaylorMade is doing. So in that way, it is a knockoff. But in other ways, I love that they're able to produce a quality product for a good price point for people who are not trying to make the tour, just trying to play recreationally. A beautiful, simplistic product gets the job done. And yeah, I think ultimately this is great for the golf industry. It's gonna push the bigger brands to make clubs at a more efficient rate. But yeah, I think this is a huge success story. I'm glad I got these. Time will tell if I will, you know, actually keep them and, you know, keep playing. I mean, there's a chance that I take it out on the course and I'm like super frustrated because I can't hit the muscle back, and that's going to be on me because I don't have time to practice. But yeah, I think this is a huge win for the underdogs, and time will tell if it's a win for me. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I will come back here and maybe do like a 6-month review. Make it a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. I forgot to say 2 things. First, when I was talking about is it for you, I was talking about swing speed and stuff, but I don't think swing speed is a good indicator of if the club is good for you or not, like muscle back, because swing speed would be more of like what shaft you should put into it. So I think a better barometer is if you can hit, if you're consistent, like if you're consistently hitting the middle or the middle area of the club, then maybe it's worth trying out. The second thing I wanted to say is that the whole reason why I went down this rabbit hole is due to my sister and my brother-in-law. Those 2 guys got new sets of irons in 2024. And, you know, I couldn't be left out, so it's all their fault. And then the last thing I'll say is if you have any questions about the Takomo product, or if you want to know more about it, if you want to see something in more depth, feel free to ask in the comment section down below. I would love to interact with you in that way. I'd love to make a video specifically answering your questions. So yeah, make it a great day. Catch you on the next one. See ya.